Welcome to my podcast, Love Hero Repeat, or if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Heidi. I started this podcast because I really just wanted to talk about a lot of things, and I didn't have anyone to talk to about all of these things in my head. And I've always I don't know, I guess I was scared to put myself out there, but I always had a million Instagram accounts with photography and cats and a Finsta and my main and my second Instagram. I probably had 50 Instagram accounts. I had a makeup account at one point, just a lot. And, yeah, I don't know. For me, talking about it is so therapeutic, and talking in general, I just love speaking and talking, which is so crazy to me because I used to be so afraid, and now I'm like, you can't shut me up. I mean, I can. Look how cute this piercing looks. I'm so happy with it. Anyways, I look how cute this sweater is. Guys, it's about to be summer. It's almost 90 degrees outside every day. But I didn't thrift this. I bought this at Target, which I'm going to talk about something in a second. I bought this for $12. I was like, that's actually, I don't think it was not $12. I think it was like 5 or 6. Regardless, I'm like, this is a steal. Okay? Steal. Quality? Shit. Completely polyester, but it's a steal because it look amazing. And I'm really into self-expression, and I love fashion, I love tattoos, and I don't love piercings, but I'm getting them, I'm growing into them, and I just love forms of expression like that. And so I guess I do love piercings. So I'm having fun with life, and drum roll, let's get into today's video. I'm very late to film this, which is why I don't have any shorts out for this video, or maybe I do. I don't know what future Heidi has going on in her head, but this is my cat. She's so cute. I love this cat so much. Anyways, let's get into it. So, I guess we'll start with textures and materials first. A thought occurred to me, and I was like, whoa. So normally, when I'm done with my clothes, I will take them to Goodwill. Occasionally, I throw them out in the trash if it's not a big enough pile to go to Goodwill, and I'm feeling lazy. So, I don't think throwing them in the trash is great, because these materials are never, ever going to decompose. Not in the next 10 generations of our lives. It's gonna take a long ass time for all these materials to decompose, especially all this fake plastic shit. Which, crazy. And so mass production, oh my god. Scary. Scary. And so my mom was going through her closet. She brought me all her clothes. You could easily drop it off at Goodwill and know that okay, it's going to be filtered through. Someone might buy it, but most of it, apparently according to experts, still ends up in landfills, which does nothing for us. And if these materials take forever to decompose, I am challenging myself. Is it a challenge? I don't know. As of right now, it's a challenge where I'm saying I'm not going to get rid of any clothes for a while, so that I can physically see, even clothes that I don't wear, how much I've spent on these clothes, the consumerism, and also a visual representation of how many pieces are not going to decompose within my lifetime. I mean, like all of them are not going to, but a visual representation of how I'm contributing to this, because it's crazy and it's sad. And I'm not saying do this. I'm just saying for myself, I want to see how much I spend on nonsense things, like things that go out of style, which I don't really do that. Like, I'm not like I used to be, I think I remember one of the main trends I bought into, or maybe it was one of the only ones besides scrunchies, was the tie-dye bathing suits. That was like, I wanted a tie-dye bathing suit. And I got one. And that was like the last trend I remember actively participating in. Although I'm sure there's like makeup trends and like whatever. But I prefer not to do that, because trends go out of style, then they come back in style, and it's like, just do what is your style. So anyways, all this to say, I'm not getting into materials, but I do want to be more aware of the materials that I'm buying and how much I'm buying of it. And also like upcycling. Upcycling is huge. And is kind of easy. Like, once you know the basics, which I want to learn the basics of sewing, because I feel like I could figure it out. And I did take a sewing class years ago. I'd like to take a garment sewing class, but all that shit, you can learn all of that on YouTube. I'm also trying not to cuss as much, because I'm like, it's a little too much for me. Pour moi. And yeah, so it's kind of just a summer of reprogramming and learning and just like changing things up a bit, which is fun and interesting, I guess. I've lost like all my spoof on my spark at the beginning of making this. I'll get it back, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, which means it's always there, which means that we can make ourselves feel happy and laugh in this moment. Yeah, that's how delusional I am. Anyways, I wrote this down in my journal. I finished my first journal. Like, I completed all of the pages. I'm so proud of myself. Although I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 4 journals. Only one of them is completely finished. Another one is like from my earlier, like early teenhood, and I don't want to read those. But one day I'll look back on my life and start remembering it. And you know what? This is getting so off topic, but I was reading a book by, I don't know, I think it was Carl Jung. Oh, it's right here, literally. Hold on. It's called, hold please. Wait, that's it? That can't be it. That's not the book. Maybe that's the book. Oh. Why did I think it was Carl Jung? Hold on. It's... This is not Carl Jung. Why did I think Carl Jung? Is that even his name? Hold on. Anyways, Man's Search for Meaning. I was reading this book, haven't finished it. It's been like 2 years. I should finish it. But it was really interesting because... Frick, what was I saying? hold on, pause please. I don't want to waste any more time trying to figure out what I was talking about. Give me a sec, hold on. This guy in this book was his life was not flashing before his eyes, but he was thinking a lot about his childhood as he was growing older, and it was kind of just coming back to him of like everything that happened and just like going through memories. Like they kind of would just flow. And I think that at some point in our life that will happen to us. And so, but it's also just nice to have a journal to like look back and see your growth and maybe pass on to your kids so that they know, like, I know when I was younger, I always wanted to know what my parents' thoughts were, like growing up, and what their life physically looked like. And I couldn't. And now we have the technology to do that, and which is cool. And yeah, journal for yourself, or maybe pass down to your kids, or you know, whatever floats your boat. So anyways, I journaled about my last episode, and then I journaled about this episode. So here we go, 11:11 on the timer. Here's what I actually wanted to talk about, other than natural dyes, which I think are really cool, and I think we should move into that direction versus synthetic dyes that are chemicals, okay? Whereas you could use like a beet, okay? You could use radishes. I don't know that you can use radishes, but you could use a beet. Bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica, okay? So, let's get my book, see what I wrote. I was gonna make a conspiracy video about the sun, and how I think that they're lying to us about the sun, and how I think that I just can't believe it could be so harmful. Like, it doesn't resonate with my beliefs, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with sounding crazy and people being like, oh my god, now you're gonna get cancer from it, and it's so harmful, and like the rays, like, I'm sorry, it's just not something I subscribe to. I grew up in the sun. I love the sun. The sun is your friend. The sun will boost your immune system. In hospitals, they used to have like bathing in the sun as part of your healing process. And then sometime in the 1900s, like I want to say like 60s or something, they got rid of them all. Why? Anyways, I will never let that down. That'll be something that I think I'll carry me with me everywhere, is that I will never believe that the sun is as harmful as they say it is. And it just doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't make sense to me that you could get skin cancer from something so natural versus you can get skin cancer from putting chemicals like sunscreen onto your skin, which is your largest organ, which everything you put on your skin gets soaked into your body. I don't know if it goes into your bloodstream, but it definitely goes to your gut, which kind of goes to everything else in your face. Like, to me, it's not something I can subscribe to, and I won't subscribe to, and it's just my belief. Call me crazy, I don't care. It's okay. We're all allowed to have opinions. So anyways, the sun is healing. Absolutely, it will boost your immune system. And also, why is it that like we fear so many things that are natural? Like having a fever is your body's natural response of fighting off an infection and getting rid of something. So why do we try to bring it down? Like, if it gets too high, you could die from it. I don't know. I've never experienced that. But is it uncomfortable? Is that why we try to break it? This is a genuine question I'd like to know. Like, why do we try to break the fever if it's something so natural and so good that our body does? Like, our body has natural defenses. Why are we trying to dim them? The other thing was, get off your fucking phone. I didn't want to cuss, but this is something where I felt like I needed to cuss about, because why are we taking a shit on the toilet with our phones? Huh? I'm looking at you because I know you do it, because we all fucking do it, because it's crazy. What are we doing as a society? What is going on, people? This is not okay. We need to get off our phones, tap into nature, and heal ourselves and heal our bodies and heal our minds. And stop with all of this. Like, it's too much. As I'm filming on my phone, sitting in front of a screen at 9:45 at night, 9:44 at night, and in front of a blue screen. Like, listen, we rely on our phones too much. We take it with us everywhere. Yes, it is kind of a safety thing, or at least for a lot of women, and for me it is. I shouldn't even say women. Let's stop with this. For a lot of people, it's a safety thing, whether that's physical safety or like emotional or mental safety, like safety blanket. It's kind of like an anxious thing. Like, yeah, I think we just rely on it too much, and I think TikTok, as much as I love the comment section and as much as I appreciate what that app has done for me and what it's taught me, I think apps, Meta and TikTok and just apps, and even playing games on your phone, like touch grass, go outside. If you want to escape, read a book. You'll learn some words. You'll become more literate. You can read out loud and practice your speech or your speaking, your public speaking, whatever. Like, there's so many healthier alternatives, and you don't just go on your phone because you're bored. Get a hobby. You will be shocked at how your brain refunctions and like reforms after getting off your phone. And how much time you have. You'll realize how much time you've lost, literal years you've lost from your lifetime by being on your phone. And also, like, you won't have brain rot. Like, it won't be a TikTok sound jumping into every conversation, which I freaking love, and I think it made me funnier for it. But the main point I wanted to make was get a hobby. If you don't have a hobby, what are you doing with your time? Genuinely, I'm asking you this. I'm not lecturing you. What are you doing with your time? Get a hobby. You will be amazed at how your reality expands by getting a hobby. I basically had a crochet business because I started crocheting because I was seeing it online, and some girl in my chemistry class said, "You look like you crochet." And I was like, yeah, that was my sign. And I did it. And my life expanded a lot from that. And I wasn't expecting that. Like, get a hobby. Imagine the people that you can connect with over a book, or, you want to pick up skating. Go skating. You'll meet so many cool people, so many people you vibe with. Like, get a hobby, get a hobby, get a hobby. People need to get a hobby. They need to play more. They need to chase their dreams. They need to not give up. And they need to be humans again. I was at a park. It was beautiful. And the weather was lovely, and it was gorgeous out. And everyone was outside walking. But they were listening to music with headphones in. They were everyone had music in headphones. And it's like, you're missing the birds chirping. There were geese honking. Like, there were kids laughing, people flying kites. Like, you're just, the wind blowing through the tree. It was beautiful and it was heavenly. And imagine how much of that we're missing because we're so connected and attached to our phones. And for what? Like, what are we doing, people? We need to get a grip on our lives. We need to lock in and start being humans again, and being real humans, and talking to people and starting conversations with strangers, and going up to people that you think are cool, or just getting out there. And I say all this to myself as I'm learning this and pushing myself through this as well. we need to get our shit together, okay? We need to be people again and build communities and laugh and have fun and not be so anxious and worried about our jobs and like our futures and like if there is a future with our society. Like, just let that go. We should not be consuming as much news as we're consuming, especially in this day and age where everything can be changed by AI. Voice recognitions are changed. Like, it's just insane, okay? We're getting to a point where our reality, like truth, not that I really know that truth even exists, because there are so many sides to this coin, more than two. But also, like, we don't know what's happening in places because we're not there. This, like, what we hear could all be fake. What we see could all be fake. We don't know anything. And we're at a point where nothing's really trustworthy anymore unless you're there physically seeing it with your own eyes, which at that point could still be set up. So really, in the most selfless way possible, focus on yourself and focus on your life rather than worrying about other people's lives, because you're the only person living your life and you deserve to live your life versus living your life for other people or changing your life in response to other people. Like, I mean this in a wise, emotionally mature person thinking way versus like oh, this person told me to not give a frick what anyone else was thinking and do what I want to do, and so here I am, I don't know, doing something. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm saying. Doing something not positive was that scenario. So this is the video. This is it. Okay, get a freaking hobby. Get a hobby, please get a hobby, and thank yourself later, because you won't regret it. Get out there. Get out there. COVID has hurt a lot of people. We've lost a lot of people, and we've stunted even more. I don't know the logistics of it all. Don't come at me. But we've stunted a lot of people, okay? The phones are ridiculous. The parenting is insane. Stop putting a phone in front of your fucking child. Like, really? Really? Can you just be present with your kid? Really? So, I don't know. Don't raise iPad kids. Get out there. Let these kids play in the dirt and make mud pies and fly a kite in the park and roll down a hill. Like, where is that? Where is that? You know? I don't know. This is it. This is my podcast, Love, Hear, Repeat. This is my yap session, 23 on the timer. That's it. Peace and love. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. I don't know what. Okay, bye.